What's up, everybody? Alex, the day trading champ. If you're looking for some trade setups, some good trades to end off your week with, guys, this is the video for you. All right, so if you like trading ideas, plans, setups, and you're not subscribed yet, make sure you do, because we'll have plenty of those coming, and you'll definitely love this channel. All right, so with that being said, let's get right into it, guys. Netflix puts is one of the trades we've got planned for tomorrow. Now, you'll see here we called the puts on the actual big down day we had here from 570 down to 540. And actually this was posted in our subreddit, so I highly advise you join that subreddit if you are not. It's a good way for us to communicate, and you'll actually see some trades like this that I'll post on days that I'm not actually posting on the YouTube channel. Okay, so you'll see here 1 day ago I posted shorted at 570, but if you're jumping into the trade later, there's a potential for a move much lower still, but obviously decide based on what you see. All right, so I never want you to take a trade just because I say, this looks good. I want you to always take a trade because you're confident in it and you believe it too. Okay, so understand that before you take any trades, guys. But what I'm seeing here is another opportunity to jump back on these, especially with Friday options, guys. They're so cheap, you know that. But a lot of people think Friday options are extremely risky, and they are if you don't know what you're doing, if you don't know how to read charts and so forth. So with that being said, let's show you the option chain here. All right, you'll see tomorrow these 530 strikes, 540 strikes are super cheap. So let's just say we go with the 530 strike, and you're only paying about $1 for those, guys. A 10-point move here in Netflix is absolutely possible. I don't like that word possible. I'd rather say the word unprecedented. Okay, but to be honest, I'd probably have to look up what unprecedented means. Okay, so I'm not a dictionary, but I think that's the right word to use here. All right, so understand that this is a triple top. Every single top we've actually sold off by about 100 points, okay, within a couple weeks. Okay, so this is a ridiculous setup here. We've got so many divergencies, but that's not what this video is going to be about. It's about the trading setups. And if you want to learn how to read charts, we'll have a course later for you down the road. If you want to learn a one-stop shop, everything you need to know, how to read charts, how to generate your own trading ideas, it'll all be there. Okay, but with that being said, Netflix trades super nice. Okay, so what you'll see here though is that you actually have a day where they try to push up the price, we gap up, and they actually try to push us higher, and we can't end up much higher for the day. Okay, so that's a big sign of weakness here. You got MACD momentum, drying up here, and they're still getting rid of the stock on the way up here today. Okay, so it's a very weak sign for Netflix, and we absolutely love this trade tomorrow, considering it's Friday too, guys. Holy crap. I mean, seriously, put $500 in this trade, you could end up with 2,000, 400% gains tomorrow if you time your entry right. This is a beautiful trade, but obviously we're gonna wait to see how this looks pre-market tomorrow. Okay, so you want to be checking on the pre-market volume and also just the SPY or S&P. How is that trading, right? It's been a kind of rocky few days here, and you want to see how that's playing out. Now, what I will say here is that I don't believe we're going to be reaching these all-time highs, not until after election or until obviously that stimulus is passed. But even at this point, with hopes coming, I think it's going to be a failed breakout higher out of this thing, but that's besides the point. We're not talking about the S&P 500, guys. We're talking about how to make money on these trade setups we got for tomorrow. Okay, so one thing I like about just the macro perspective heading in tomorrow is that oil revisiting the top end of its range. Okay, so oil highly correlated with the dollar highly correlated with S&P. All right, so when you got oil at the top end of its range, that kind of puts the other indices and a downward spiral. All right, at least the S&P 500 if it's correlating with the dollar. All right, so with that being said, let's get into the next trade setup we've got planned for tomorrow, guys. ISRG. Let me show you guys. They just released earnings today. This was on our earnings table. You guys all had this. Okay, so they actually pretty much missed earnings. They missed on revenue, guys. But they actually beat the EPS. Or not the EPS. The EPS. Yeah. Okay, so they beat the EPS, but they lose on revenue. Okay, so now the stock is down. Check it out. 35 points. All right, already. No, I can't spell, guys. ISRG. All right, check this out. It's down from about 740 down to 715. Okay, so that's a very powerful, strong move to the downside. Now, you're not going to recover from a move that strong to the downside, guys. Okay, so the strategy here is to short the bounces. Okay, so let me show you on a broader chart. I'm sure you guys aren't familiar with this chart setup. Okay, so we got a double top here, lots of divergencies. You got increasing sell volume on the way down, guys. That's a very bearish sign. You got MACD momentum slowing down and actually converging. Okay, so you'll notice here, last time we topped, we dropped 120 points. Who's to say that's not going to happen again, especially when you got the negative catalyst, the missing earnings. On top of that, you got a lot weaker characteristics heading into that top. Okay, so that's what you want to look for with these double tops is finding the weaknesses going into that second top, and that's exactly what we have here. So that's how we know that we have more meat on the bone lower, right? It's considering the levels from last time, okay, the pre-existing conditions. Okay, so a lot of beginner traders would see here, they're like, Alex, what are you smoking, bro? 714, that's going to be really close to that moving average. I don't think it's a good time to short by that moving average, because a lot of people don't understand what makes something actually move past its moving average. You can see here we broke past that moving average. Okay, so just because something's a moving average doesn't mean it's necessarily the greatest band of support. All right, so you have to understand how to figure out when you're going to break through those and when you're not. Okay, so the strategy here, guys, is to not go crazy out of the money, understanding that you've already gapped down 35 points. Okay, but to understand that you will continue lower, especially on any bounces. Okay, so that's where you want to get in. That's when your puts are going to be the cheapest, and that's when they're going to be the most profitable. Okay, so like strategy here is if it bounces 720, short it. Bounces 725, short it. Okay, so that's how you do it. And these are also Friday expiring options. Okay, so there's now significant volume here, and these actually pay pretty well. Okay, so this is a very nice setup. Considering it's at its all-time highs and it's got a lot of downside potential. Okay, so this is the next trade we've got. Also, one thing I want to point out is the VIX, guys. It's at the middle of its range. You can see in between 25 and 30. Okay, so ideally, you have a higher probability to win your shorts when the VIX is at the bottom of its range, where it's got higher probability to break out. It's always a little risky trading in the middle of the range. Okay, so you want to be careful. Obviously, I'm not saying you can't take the trade in the middle of the range, all right, but you need to be adding up all the factors together to come to a conclusion. Is that a good time to short it? All right, so ideally, guys, if the VIX is down here, then you got a much higher probability when shorting there. Okay, so these are the two trade setups for the day. I hope you like them. Let me know what you think. Maybe am I missing something? Make sure you let me know, guys. And if you got any questions, leave them down below, guys. With that being said, another trade we actually, I was about to end the video, then I just remembered. J&J, guys, we posted this in the YouTube comments, okay? So one thing about the YouTube comments of our videos, guys, you guys ask really good questions. You guys are always, leaving some really good things for us to all look at, all right? And so am I. So I pointed out J&J puts the other day in the YouTube comments. You can go back, I think, a video or two ago. All right, so I put in the comments this day, right here on the bounce, I put in the comments, I said, guys, J&J puts look pretty nice, and what do you see here? We reverse about 3 points within 3 days. Okay, so that's a nice trade, guys. I mean, 3 points for 3 days. It doesn't sound like a ridiculous amount, but money is money. All right, and when you're making it, that's always a good thing. So, God damn, what did I just say, guys? I don't know, guys. It's a good trade. All right, so if you're looking for trades, guys, check out the YouTube comments too, because I might sneak a couple extra ones in there too as the day progresses on. Okay, so with that being said, oh god, I just pulled up my YouTube. You can see some MMA stuff there, guys. If you're a UFC fan, let me know, guys. I'm super excited for the fight this weekend. Let me know who you got if you watch UFC. We got Brian Ortega versus Korean Zombie. That's besides the point. Why am I getting off topic, guys? Just a really exciting week of trading. It's been a super good one, especially we caught the Netflix puts yesterday, and now we're gonna re-enter. Hopefully, I'm looking to tomorrow. Okay, so guys, those are the trading ideas and setups for tomorrow. Obviously, like I said, let me know what you think. Let me know if you got any questions, and then obviously, if you're not subscribed, do that right now so you don't miss out on the future trades, guys. I'm Alex, the day trading champ, and I'll see you guys on the next video.